Hello guys, welcome back to episode 3 of my new series, The Buzzing Bees. For those of you that have watched the first couple of videos, thank you very much for watching them, it's really appreciated. And as you can see, a few weeks have passed since our last video, which was our first game of the season, away against Huddersfield. We did alright there, we finished 1-1, but it was very much a 1-1 sort of game. And as you can see, we've moved on a few weeks since then, and we've played against Bristol Rovers in the EFL Cup. We managed to win that one 4-1. We did very well, especially in extra time there. The first 90 minutes, not so much. We really should have won it before then. But we only managed to win it in extra time. But as I've always said, a win is a win is a win. And we was hoping to move that forward, but unfortunately we was unsuccessful in that. As the next game, 3 days later, our players, with the extra exertions of extra time, we were a bit tired and we come up very short against Ipswich. They were by far the better team, and we ended the game with 10 men, thanks to Maxim Collin, our right back, being sent off. That was really disappointing. But then the next game was our highlight game. I think so far. It was a really stressful game. I really was not sure if we was going to get anything out of this towards the end, because as you can see here, we took the lead. They then hit back on the 28th minute to equalise through Ben Osborne. They then took the lead just before half time through Ross McCormack. So that was a real hammer blow just before half time. I told the players, don't give up, we can still get something out of this game, we can still win this. And one player in particular that really must have been watching and listening to me was the man, the myth, the legend, Colton Cole. I told you guys that he would be a decent signing for us, as he equalised for us in the 47th minute, so he was really pumped up coming out of that half-time team talk. But unfortunately, 2 minutes after that, our defence really must not have been listening to me. God, don't know why. I'm going to have a word with him later and see what on earth went on. But Matt Mills gave them the lead again. And then it really looked like for the next 20 or so minutes we was not going to get anything out of this. But then Josefon scored a wonder strike from outside the box, as is becoming his trademark this year. And that got us level. And I was preparing to settle for that. I was going to say, okay, 2 points from the first 3 games of the season, sorry. That would have been not great, but it wouldn't have been disastrous either. But as I said to you in the first episode, Colton Cole does not give up. Colton Cole works hard. Colton Cole is a legend, and he scored for us in the last minute to win it for us. So that really was a really good moment for us. But unfortunately, again, we just don't seem to have any consistency at this precise moment in time. As 4 days after that, we went away to Rotherham, and again, there was a lot of goals in this game. Our defence does not seem to be able to keep out the goals so far. I've got to have a look at why that is. As unfortunately, we finished this game losing 4-2. It was a very disappointing game, but as you can see on the right hand side here, Lasse Vibe, he was the man who really tried to keep us in it, but unfortunately by the time he started scoring, we was already 3-1 down, 3-0 down, sorry. And so it really was a difficult task to get back into the game, and we was not able to. And I've just played the Mansfield game in the second round of the EFL Cup. And it wasn't really a highlight game or anything. We scraped a 1-0 win. Well, I say scraped. We did boss the game, but we just don't have that many strikers who appear to be able to be consistent at the moment. And so we've got through that with a 1-0 win, and that brings us to our game today against Sheffield Wednesday. I will go through the team I've set today for you in just a moment. And just before I do that, following that win against Mansfield, we have been able to draw Man City at home in the cup, in the EFL Cup. So hopefully that might mean a little bit of extra money coming into the club, because boy do we need it. Our transfers have been very quiet. In fact, I will show you them now to show you that we've only brought in one more player since he was last with me, and that will be this fella here, Ibrahim Cisse. He is a left back. He doesn't look too brilliant, if I'm honest, but he is another body. He is someone who we have brought in quite cheap. We are only paying £1.5 grand a week. until the end of the season for him, and it's just because as you look here, Rico Henry, our star left back, is out of the team for the majority of the season. Jelland is going to be playing mainly centre back. So our only two left back options are Cisse or the youngster Tom Field, who has started in the first few games, and he hasn't looked too out of place, but he's not looked exciting or out of this world either. So if I can have a bit of competition between them two, hopefully that might develop something and bring one of them two on to do something and to make the position their own. And now going into the team for today. This is the team I have set. We've got Daniel Bentley as a sweeper keeper in goal. I like our keepers to be able to come out and try and clear the ball quickly, try and set up counter-attacks. And on the right hand side, Maxim Collin, despite that red card, he is still our best right back available at this moment in time, and so he gets to keep the cert. And we have Harley Dean and Andrus Jelland in the centre back positions. They have both looked fairly solid. Jelland not too much. I've been quite disappointed with him so far, but I'm hoping it is just a case that he's not been too fit yet. He's not really had a chance to play a game at close to 100% yet. So I'm hoping today is a day that he shows me that I am wrong to leave out John Egan. But John Egan has been playing very well, and I'm hoping that if we have to, he can slot back into the game, slot back into the team for the next couple of games, and just see what sort of competition I can get going between Jelland and Egan. And at left back, I've decided to leave Tom Field in there for today, just because Cisse played in the League Cup game in the week, and he's still a little bit short of match sharpness. So I'm leaving Tom Field in there now, but Cisse is on the bench and got every chance of coming on and trying to improve the situation if needs be. And in midfield, we've got Ryan Woods and Josh McEachran. They have performed quite well so far this season. I don't really see too much reason to try and change them too much at the moment. They've both done well. And then up top, not really too much of a change. We've got Sergi Canos on the right. He's done okay this year, not brilliant, as you can see there, with his average rating of 6.664. Quite disappointing, but we will see what will happen. Like I say, the 4-2-3-1 has been giving a lot of goals away, and we've not really been keeping possession as much as I would like. But so I am thinking of trying the 4-2-3-1 for the last time today, and if that doesn't work, go to the more narrow 4-3-3 I have here, which I have used on another save, and it worked really well. I'm not too sure if it would work here if we have the players for it, but I might just try it in the game following this if the result does not go our way today. And so having said that, we've got Jota just behind Colton Cole. Colton Cole in a target man position has done really well so far. I like the way he runs back and he tries to hold up the ball. There have been a few situations this year where he has held up the ball and he's created space for either Jota or Josefon to run into. Josefon, to be honest, I think has been the one who's benefited most from that style of play. Here he has played really well for us so far. I've been really impressed with him, so I'm hoping he can carry that on today. And having said that, let's get to the game. And here we go. The media prediction once again says that Brentford and Sheffield Wednesday are two very evenly matched teams. And again, they're predicting a draw, just like in the last episode. But I'm not too sure if I would go along with that, because as you can see, Sheffield Wednesday have started this season flying. They have come out the box really well. And that is the sort of position I might expect to see Sheffield Wednesday in and around come the end of the season. Because like I say, they've started really well. And these are the formations of the two teams for today. Not too many people I'm too familiar with in that Sheffield Wednesday team. Callum McManaman, I'm obviously quite familiar with. Barry Bannon as well, from his Aston Villa days, I believe he was at. And we've got Jordan Rhodes on the bench. And Will Buckley. So there are a few people there who I'm quite familiar with, but no one who I'm really too afraid of on their own. But as a team, they seem to have started really well, so hopefully we can try and keep them quiet today. I'm going to try again for the same sort of opposition instructions as what I tried in the last game. I know it didn't work too well, but I am just hoping that with a couple change of tactics that may improve. Oh, done that on the wrong one. You can tell me playing. You can tell me playing this all day. I'm not really too focused. Always. And then for the wingers, just closing down on them, and just try to sew them onto their wrong foot. At the most, because I don't want crosses getting into the box. And I think that will do for now. If there's anything you think I should change about my opposition instructions, please just let me know. If there's anything you've found works really well this year on the game, again, let me know. I'm all ears. I'm really open to advice to getting the save better and to getting these videos better. Now, as for the instructions, I am going to give the team a bit of a morale boost, because as you can see, our morale is not the best at the moment. These players do need a bit of a confidence boost. And so I'm going to tell the lads, come on, show me what you can do. And that's not really done too much. That's kept Jota happy though. He looks delighted, which if we can keep Jota happy, that is really important. And as you can see here, I've taken the suit on site off of our instructions. We was taking too many shots from out long range, which is not the way I want to play. I think if you get the ball into the box more, you've got more chance of scoring rather than trying to shoot from 2 miles away. And so with that said, let's get into the game today and just see how we can get on. It's us with a kick-off at home. Carlton Cole to Jelland, back to Jota, to McEachran, to Jelland again. And Carlton Cole tries to win the header, but he doesn't. And Barry Bannon to Steve Fletcher. Fletcher running at our defence, out wide to Reach. And Colin manages to stop him from getting the ball in. First 20 seconds, defending okay. And Callum McManaman already has picked up a slight knock, which if we can help, if he has to go off, that will be quite an advantage to us. I think he is one of Sheffield Wednesday's more dangerous players. Jota with a free kick for us, and it gets headed away quite easily. But Jota chasing the ball down, gets back onto it, but Barry Bannon steals it away from him again. And Bannon forward to Lee. And Lee out wide to McManaman, but he has got that knock. Can he still get the ball into the box? Yes, he can. And Reach, ooh, Reach hits the post, thank God. I think Bentley was beaten there. And as you see here by the stats, it's a very even game. Possession, Sheffield Wednesday do have more of the possession again. I do really want to try and figure out a way of trying to make sure we keep possession a lot better than this. But other than that, it doesn't really seem to be too much in it. Similar amount of shots, similar amounts of shots on target, and possession now is 50-50, so that is what I like to see at least. But Fletcher gets the ball forward to Lee, Lee with a shot, and Bentley saves that easily. And now what can Bentley do with the ball? He throws it forward and the attack dies out there. But our passes completed rate is quite similar. Everything in this game does seem to be 50-50. For once the media seem to have got their facts straight and seem to know what they are on about, as this has been a very even game, not too much going on. Apart from Sheffield Wednesday having all their shots on target so far. Oh, and it's a good stop from Bentley, who gets the ball out wide and gets it off the pitch for a corner. That's now four shots Sheffield Wednesday have had on target now, which really is not the best from us defensively. But Jelland on the counter, not really the one you would want on the counter, but let's see what he can do with the ball, and he can't do much. Sheffield Wednesday are doing a good job of keeping Carlton Cole isolated. And now it's Sheffield Wednesday with a throw in to Fletcher. Forward to Reach, but Colin gets there before he can reach it. Brumdus. And Jota to Canos. Canos trying to give out the ball, and no, Jones steals it off him. Just nobody around him to help him out. But Fletcher plays the ball back to his own goalkeeper, Kieran Westwood, who balls it forward to Bannon. To Fletcher now. Fletcher back to Lees, to Fletcher. to Lee, to Bannon. And Bannon just trying to keep hold of the ball here. We're not really trying to tackle him too much, and Field gets in and clears it, but only as far as another Sheffield Wednesday player. We are really under the cost here at the moment. Oh, that's not good. That is not good defending, but another great stop from Bentley. He is having a good game so far today. Let's hope he can keep it that way. Yeah, and as you can see here, we've not really been attacking too much, which as the home side is a bit of a concern. I am thinking about changing it around at half time, because only 3 shots and 1 on target is nowhere near good enough. And so let's see what we can do here. I'm going to go hit early crosses and be more expressive. I'm actually going to try roam from positions. I'm going to go to a normal defensive line with an offside trap, just so we can try and keep hold of the ball a little bit better. But also here we've got direct passing. That's not really worked today, so I'm going to go to retain possession and just see if that will help us anything. And I'm going to say to them, we're not out of this game. It's still 0-0. We haven't played well, but they haven't scored yet, so we can still come out of this with a win. And nobody really seems to be paying much attention. But let's hope they all think of their own ways to change the game. And with the restart, it's Jones to Bannon to Reach. And Maxim Collin, can you take the ball from him? Yes, you can. Fall to Jota to Canos. All the way back to Bentley. But this is a bit better from us, trying to keep hold of the ball. But having said that, we go for a long ball and the attack dies out. And then we've got McEachran for Collin. Forward, but their defence just gets there just before Canos is alive to the pass. And Westwood plays the ball low to Louvens, to Reach, to Stephen Fletcher, to Lee again. And what can our defence do to try and nullify the danger here? Fletcher bounces off our defender, back out to Reach, but Collin again, he's having a very good game today. And he's played a long ball forward to Colton Cole. And what can Colton Cole do on his own here? Not a lot. And the long ball goes forward to Fletcher, who nods it back to Reach. And again the attack dies out. But here we go. Lee for Sheffield Wednesday. They're still having more of the ball, and they're definitely having more shots. As Palmer gets the ball, he cuts it inside for Lee, and Bentley tips it over. Possession is definitely a lot closer than what it was, but as for attacks, it is definitely all Sheffield Wednesday at the moment. Callum McManaman on the edge of the box, goes for the shot, and Bentley catches it. Very good keeper today, Bentley. And can Bentley do anything, or is nope? Okay, and it's still a very 50-50 game. I would have taken a point before the game. I think that is what I'm going to aim for in every game this year, is try at least get a point a game, because I think that should be enough to keep you up. But obviously I have higher aspirations than that. I want to finish at least mid-table. So these are the kind of games that if we can nick a win, that would be really beautiful. And the corner has come in and nothing's really happened of that. I think this is a game where neither of our strikers have really been too excellent. But I am thinking of making a change in a moment. Colton Cole's not had the best game. I think I am going to bring Vibe on any moment and just try and change this up a little bit. And it's their man again on the right hand side trying to get the ball. And Canos, I can only play as far as Bannon, who plays it back to Pudil. And then to Stephen Fletcher. To Lee in gallons of space, and Bentley just left all alone there. Not good enough from our defence, and that was poor. That was very poor there from our defence. And as we're just waiting for the video highlight to load up here, just try and see what exactly went wrong there. Here we go, Fletcher with the ball. Our man goes towards him. It was the wrong central defender going to him there, I believe. And that just opened up all the space in the world for Lee. Even I could have scored that, and I am bloody awful at football. But I think now especially is the time to be making some changes after that goal. Colton Cole, he is looking motivated, but he's on a 6.2, so you can be as motivated as you like, but you've not really done too much for me to keep you on today. And so Vibe, he's not a target man at all. I think any Brentford fan could tell you that. And so I'm going to go for a poacher just to see what we can get working here. And Canos again, as well as anybody else, he has been quite poor. And so I'm going to bring Cerny on and just see what he can add for today. I'm going to put him as an inside forward because that is where he is most comfortable. And hopefully now we can get a few things going. I've told both of them I have faith in them, but they're all just far too focused, hopefully, on getting us back into the game. And for the first time today, we are actually ahead on possession, but it's not helped us at all. We still only had one shot on target. They've done a very good job of keeping Colton Cole quiet, but now hopefully Vibe can change the vibe of the game. And it's Sherney now with a free kick, and I think that hit the wall just before it went through to the keeper. But at least that is officially a second strike on target. And this has been quite a disappointing game from us from a performance sort of view. I think this might definitely be the last time I try a 4-2-3-1. Unless something magical can happen in the last 10 minutes here. Kieran Westwood with a long ball forward, which Juzefon gets onto, but only as far as Palmer. Back to Forestieri. And Forestieri running out of defence, forward to the goal scorer Lee. To Abadi. And Bentley with his stop. Bentley has been rather unlucky to concede today, but that was just an awful goal. But hopefully we can get back into this. I'm just going to go overload now for the last 5 minutes. Just to see if that will help us achieve anything. And I'm going to go very fluid. Just try and get everybody involved. And scrap the retaining possession. I'm going to go shoot, and just as I say that, that's been another goal. That is why you should always pause before you change your tactical instructions, isn't it, people? Again, still learning. But here comes the goal. Forestieri out wide far too easily. Into the box, and it was Wallace with a goal. And I think that just about wraps it up for us today. Not a good performance at all. There's a lot of work ahead. Maybe top half may have been a little bit ambitious for us, but I'm gonna tweak a few things over the next couple of games, and just see how we get along, because this has not been good enough at all. We haven't been completely out of the game, but they have definitely been the better side. And I do like our teams to try and keep the majority of the possession. And my other formation, that Noah 4-3-3, that does tend to keep my teams keeping the possession. So I am going to try that for the next few games. And it's Sherney now with a free kick right at the end. And again, just too easy for Kieran Westwood to throw his hands on. And Kieran Westwood clears the ball, and there's only 40 seconds of game time remaining. Not really too much else is going to change here, I believe. Unless we have a miraculous half a minute. But here we go. Jota to Vibe. McEachran, who's not really been noticeable today. He's tried with a long ball there, but Palmer gets onto that far too easily. And here we go. Just the last 15 seconds now. Last 5 seconds. Jose from McEachran. Sorry. And that is it. End of the game. Disappointing 2-0 loss. I'm not really too sure what I can tweak, but I am going to tweak a few things, and we are going to get better. It is still early on in the season, and I do hope that results are going to improve. Morale was a bit poor, so even though we was not really up to scratch, I'm going to say we was unlucky, just to try and keep the morale up, just because morale does play a really big part in results these days, and so I'm not too concerned. They seem relaxed and motivated, and so hopefully that is going to help. Hopefully that will keep the players happy, keep the team happy. But as you can see there, us being the home team, 6 shots to their 19 shots, 3 on target to 12, and possession being almost 50-50. Not really good enough. There is a lot of work ahead of us, but I'm still not going to complain. I'm still not going to panic too much. There are still teams worse than us in the league, and as long as we can finish mid-table, that I'm okay with that. Just as long as we don't get relegated, I will be fine. This is all a building process. This is a learning curve, the first season or so. And so I think with that, I'm going to leave that there for today. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please leave a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. The more comments I can get, the better. If you can just tell me anything you think I can improve on, either with the team or with the actual videos, please let me know. Thank you very much for watching. I am Bad Jokes FM.